PDVA. So this is when we're going to discuss about using table, radio button, um, text area, checkbox, and submit button, including the table. So here we have our doc type. No? So, paano po siya? So, let us try to look at this first without a JavaScript. So, let us try to copy, and I'm going to create a new notepad. So, let's name it as, so I have here a new term. Example, we have 1.html. Okay, so let us try to look at what will happen dun sa code natin. So we have one. Okay, so we have this. So this is the output of this code. So we have our title, which is, you can see on our title, getting the value. No, so we have here our body, table border, which is this one, the table border, the cell spacing, and the padding, which is 1. So TR, this table row and table data. So we have our paragraph. We assign it as an Arial as our font, which is this font face is applied to select a radio checkbox button, then input on a text box. So that's why we have here our paragraph, then font face Arial, then select a radio, then slash paragraph and /1. So what about here on the gender? I apply bold, then font color, which is green, and /b to end the color green and /font. No? Then we have the input type, which is radio. That's why you have here a radio button. And the value, which is the male. So font color pa, nilagyan ko siya ng kulay blue para makita natin. Then we have here a to break para magkaroon po ng space dito bago mag first name. So on the first name, I use input type is equal to text, then name first name. So value, it serves as para, it looks like a placeholder para to identify. But if we're going to remove this one, try to look at it. There's no F name. So refresh lang natin, as you can see here. So if you want to have a place value or to remind you what you're going to input, just put here a F name, or let us try to write first name, and then we have here our last name. Then let us try to save, then refresh lang. There you go. Okay. Para lang malaman mo what you are going to input on that text field that you have. So we have our this result is pertaining for the first name and the last name. No? So result, because we have our submit button. So let us try to look at this. Go back here and go back with this notepad. So what I have here is I'm going to put a script, a JavaScript for a gender. So let us try to copy this one and go back with the first thing that we have here. So again, after we're done designing the table, then the content that we have for our radio and text field, next we are going to apply a JavaScript here. So we have functions, which is display a radio value. So we have our variable stands with element, so that is pertaining for the gender element. So variable, this variable can be changed, So, pwede po nating mapalitan. So, I assign L, then E, then F. No? Document that get elements by name. Kukunin niya kung ano yung sinelect natin. Like, for example, sa gender, we have male, female, and others, right? So, variable E is for document that get element first name. Kung ano naman yung in-input mo dun sa first name. For initialization is to start with is 0. I is less than the element length. I increases, which is the starting. So, if LA, which is pertaining for the gender, is checked. Ayan. Kung napili natin siya, check natin siya. So, document get element by ID, yung result, which is ito po yung deb result, no? For the gender. And then, for the first name, we have also this one that is pertaining for this deb. And for the last name, no? So, again, document that get element by ID, which is the result. Again, this is for the functions, and this is for the conditions that we have if we check the radio button. So, the inner is within, no, within the notepad or the form that we have. No? So, gen is equals to gender, then plus, ano yung value ng gender. And then, ano yung tinwrite natin sa first name and then sa last name. So, let us try to look at this. What will be the output of that one? So, refresh lang natin. Okay, so we have here, male, A. So, let me try to get a button here, which is submit, no? So, let us try to copy this one and go back to this. I'll try to put here this one. So, I'm going to include it here, the button. So, let us try to observe what will happen. There we go. So, if I select male, then I write here, example, Sarah Cruz, and try to submit. You will see here, that is the script, no? The script that we have. And the script for, we use the radio button, which is the gender for the male, the female, and others, no? So, we get the element, the variable pertaining for the gender and for the first name and the last name. So, kung na-check daw po siya, which is the male, kaya kung mapapansin nyo, document inner, kukunin nyo yun to. So, gender, kaya mapapansin nyo, gender, ito po yan, no? Gender, and then kukunin nyo yung element, which is male. That's why you have here a male value. And for the first name, we get the element by name by first name, whatever input in the first name, like Sarah and Cruz. So as you can see, we have here a value which is color blue yan, yung gender male, first name Sarah, last name Cruz, because I assign here a color for the entire depth that I have, which is the result, the first name and the last name. So we're going to save this as one.html. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to add another checkbox, but that is the first thing that we need to know first, no? So again, we have the table, the font face, we assign Arial, we have the gender, and the text field using the JavaScript and the button.